Hello everybody, welcome back to WWE 12 Universe. I'm your host Jitch and you're watching Friday Night SmackDown, where we are just, and I do mean just, 2 days away from WrestleMania. I can't believe we finally reached this point in the year, but we have finally made it to the very end. We're there. It is time. The time is now. The time is up. My time is now. What a stacked episode of SmackDown we have for you tonight. Kicking things off here tonight, a huge 6-man tag team match, as the 6-man ladder match is set to take place this Sunday at WrestleMania. Bourne defends the championship against Justin Gabriel and Tyson Kidd, who he will be teaming up with tonight against the team of Rey Mysterio, Kofi Kingston, and Jetstar, who will also be facing him when it's every man for himself, with that championship hanging high above the ring in that ladder match. We've also got tonight, following that, a 2-on-3 handicap match. The Miz and John Morrison in for the challenge of a lifetime as they face off against their WrestleMania opponents, D-Generation X, who will be defending the tag team championships against inside a steel cage, as well as Ted DiBiase, who John Morrison will also be defending the Intercontinental Championship against. Those 2 matches will be taking place on WrestleMania. 2 championships on the line for John Morrison, but a really big handicap tonight against The Miz and Morrison. And then, also to come tonight, the Animal Batista making a special appearance on SmackDown as he goes up against our WWE Champion John Cena just 2 days before he faces Brock Lesnar for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania. And in our main event tonight, the Undertaker returns to action to go one-on-one with the only other man on his list besides Cena, Mark Henry. I am so damn happy for this man and the opportunity that presents itself for him at WrestleMania. Jetstar gets to compete for the first time ever in a singles championship match. And admittedly, there are 5 other opponents. The odds of him winning, they're not the highest. But the opportunity is there. He's finally getting it. We've seen Nemesis be a former ECW champion. Has the time come for Jetstar to win his first championship? I wouldn't be against it, I'll be completely honest. I would not mind that one bit. The next participant in this matchup, a former light heavyweight champion, Kofi Kingston. Kofi Kingston teaming up with Jetstar here tonight, making an addition. We already saw a formation of this tag team a few weeks ago on SmackDown. It was Jetstar and Rey Mysterio who picked up a shocking victory over Bourne and Justin Gabriel. I believe Jetstar got the deciding pinfall on the champion Bourne himself, as he continues to finally find some much needed success. He seems to have made a pretty good ally in this guy right here. A unique tag team. I mean, obviously Nemesis and Jetstar still the tag teams of the Disciples of Darkness, but he's found a new ally. Rey Mysterio joins another exclusive list of people who have currently pinned the light heavyweight champion Bourne. He actually defeated Bourne in a one-on-one matchup after qualifying for the light heavyweight championship ladder match. He was the first confirmed participant when he defeated former 2-time champion Zack Ryder. Rey Mysterio excelling new heights. Who knows? The light heavyweight championship might be the perfect thing to get Rey Mysterio's career rolling. I for one hope so. He deserves it. 619. At one point, this man had everything going his way. He was the light heavyweight champion. He was one half of the WWE Tag Team Champions. He was involved in the WWE Championship picture, picking up victories over The Rock. This man had it all, but unfortunately, a freak injury at the hands of The Rock and Kofi Kingston sidelined Gabriel, and his momentum seems to have come to a halt. I think he could really benefit from a much-needed victory here tonight, and this is a man who has recently found success. Tyson Kidd has recently found himself on the winning end of some of his more recent matches, including a surprise victory in the four-man ladder match that actually brought him to the dance here tonight, outlasting Christian, Nemesis, and Heath Slater. Tyson Kidd captured the final spot in the ladder match by winning a ladder match, which definitely puts him at somewhat of an advantage. So this could be big for him. And then last week, defeating Kofi Kingston one-on-one, momentum is definitely in the corner of Tyson Kidd.
And their partner, light heavyweight champion, Bourne.
And the newly found, very bitter, very selfish man, Bourne, doing it all for himself. And so far, I gotta say, whether you like it or not, that has worked out for Bourne, the current reigning light heavyweight champion. He has absolutely made a star of himself since capturing that championship from Kofi Kingston. Bourne says that he has overcome all the odds already. He has nothing to prove, and the ladder match in 2 days' time will be nothing for him. He'll be able to handle it, no problem. He could take all 5 of these guys, which is always a nice thing to hear about when you're one of the guys that's got to team up with him tonight. Here we go. Let's get this 6-man tag team match underway. They are currently all just getting into their corners, getting ready. 30 minutes on the clock. Here we go. Jetstar and Gabriel starting things off first and foremost. Gabriel, a former United States champion, as well as all the other accolades I mentioned before. He has definitely soared to new heights in the last year, though. Justin Gabriel actually won a ladder match at WrestleMania last year to capture the United States Championship. The Nexus imploded, and I'm going to have a quick drink. My mouth is just getting more and more dry from all this talking. My head's starting to hurt, which I believe they call dehydration. It's not healthy, it's not recommended, don't do it. Raspberry Aid. This is either going to be absolutely disgusting or incredible. It smells great. I think I like it.
Big move coming. Watch it.
Yeah, I think I like that. My mouth still feels very dry. That did not help at all. But I like it. I think. Tack to the back. Tack to the back. Samurai Jack. Watch out. So curious to see what team picks up the momentum just 2 days before WrestleMania. Right now, when it comes to the tag team matches, the momentum is definitely in the favor of Jetstar and Rey Mysterio, but last week, Tyson Kidd did defeat Kofi Kingston in singles competition. So it's kind of 1-1 on each side right now. And of course, we got that 2-on-3 handicap match right after this one. There's some very grueling matches here tonight. John Cena and Batista, a first-time one-on-one matchup. In our main event, The Undertaker set to go one-on-one with Mark Henry. Some unfinished business with Henry. He needs to make sure that that guy is taken care of before he crosses off the final name on his list, John Cena, for the WWE Championship. So far, The Undertaker has been successful in wiping every name off of his revenge hit list on his road to becoming WWE Champion. This all started, for those that don't remember, back at Fatal 4-Way in May of last year. This has been 11 months in the making. The Undertaker was taken out of a WWE Championship match. He was injured. It was revealed that the man that took him out was John Cena. John Cena did this to give himself an opportunity at the WWE Championship, in which Cena won the championship at Fatal 4-Way from Christian. As The Undertaker tried to recover on the sidelines, John Cena found an ally in Mark Henry. When Undertaker tried to step back in the ring, Mark Henry and John Cena injured The Undertaker once again. Undertaker tried to return from injuries later on in the year, but was injured by Stone Cold Steve Austin, who was at that time the WWE Champion. Following Stone Cold Steve Austin injuring The Undertaker needed to do whatever it took to get back on Friday Night SmackDown, back in contention for the WWE Championship, back to getting revenge against Stone Cold Steve Austin. So he targeted Batista in an attempt to try and win the World Heavyweight Championship, become the top guy on Raw, and face Stone Cold Steve Austin at bragging rights. Batista and Undertaker had their matchup, and The Undertaker was victorious, but he did not end up winning the championship. However, The Undertaker then went on to pursue Stone Cold Steve Austin after Austin lost the championship anyway, but dating back to TLC of this year, and The Undertaker defeated Stone Cold Steve Austin in a chairs match, and that just leaves two names on his list in Mark Henry and John Cena. And Mark Henry, as a matter of fact, is someone that Undertaker did cross paths with, I believe. No, I don't think he did cross paths with him in the Royal Rumble, actually, never mind. No, Mark Henry was one of the really early ones, and Undertaker was the second to last. But they were both in the Royal Rumble match. However, that was not satisfactory enough, as Undertaker did not cross him off his list. He did not take care of him. So Undertaker returning, seeing that John Cena was WWE Champion once again, he decided to strike at Elimination Chamber when Cena won the championship and celebrated. And since then, he has persistently attacked John Cena week in, week out. But we have been told here tonight, he has not forgotten about Mark Henry, he has not forgiven, and he will take care of that tonight. So it could really derail the momentum for The Undertaker if his first match back is against Mark Henry tonight and he loses. This match is going to mean the world to The Undertaker right now.
Refusing to give in there. What sheer determination.
I'll be wiping off my glasses because they're really smudgy. It happens a lot. All three viewers who wear glasses will be able to relate to that one. It's a pretty brutal life wearing them every day. I can't believe I went so long without wearing them, knowing that I needed them. It wasn't under my control, to be fair. If I could have had it my way, I would have gotten them sorted out a much sooner time than I did. Jetstar and Mysterio making a fantastic team once again, but Jetstar tagging out to Kofi Kingston. Tyson Kidd trying to escape, but Kingston catching him with a running bulldog. Very interested to see who it is that even picks up the deciding pinfall in this match. I think I initially announced this as an elimination. This is not an elimination. This is first fall to the finish. I decided an elimination would just take too long. That first fall is going to happen regardless. Might as well make it the quick ending. Jetstar does not want to stay in the ring for too long right now. Rey Mysterio in. Tyson Kidd going to make the tag. In comes the light heavyweight champion, Evan Bourne. Bourne and Mysterio definitely no strangers to each other. Mysterio, whoa! Okay, I thought we were going to set him up in the ropes there. That would have been really cool. I tell you what, guys, I cannot wait for WrestleMania. I cannot believe we are just 2 days away. Just these 4 matches here tonight on SmackDown, and then there it is. WrestleMania 2 at long last. It feels like it's been such a long year, because it has. Because I started this in September of 2019 and I'm still doing the same year in December of 2020. I have done a year that excludes 4 weeks on its calendar in a year and 2 months so far. 3 months, sorry. September is the 9th month, not the 10th. This has been one of the slowest years of Universe I've ever done in my life. Really big Airborne fan there. Not a band a lot of people ever talk about, and for good reason. If you're into knockoff AC/DC bands, they're right up your alley. Otherwise, you're probably not going to care. Evan Bourne, straighten out, not straight into a pin. Bourne would love to pick up a victory over Rey Mysterio after Mysterio knocked him off a few weeks back on SmackDown, I'm sure of it. Sorry to snort. Off the ropes goes Rey Mysterio. Bourne with a good move there. Nicely connected. Ugh. God, those noises, they just never get old. Ugh. Oh my God, Rey. Take it easy. Kick to the leg of Rey Mysterio. Evan Bourne in control now. Mysterio elbows his way out. Bourne locking that submission hold in tight. See Jetstar and Kofi having a bit of a debate in the corner there. Oh, never mind. I think he was yelling at the referee. I don't know why, that's just stuck in my head now. Bourne with a devastating neck breaker. Sorry, I don't know why. It's not funny. I think it's just because they don't make those noises in real wrestling matches. They're usually pretty quiet. You don't normally hear the grunts. Except for Tyson Kids. They definitely got him right with his little tss noise he makes. I do remember that quite clearly. You wouldn't hear Big Show go every time he threw a punch. What? What? What happened? Justin Gabriel with an illegal hold. Wait, no, Ray got to score. I'm not going to restart the match. That was too long of a match. I'm not restarting that. I'm sorry. I think Kofi or Jetstar, one of them like distracted the ref and like it got them. I think Jetstar got them disqualified. Say what you want about these guys, they have defied a lot of odds lately, and right now they are definitely the victims of some kind of unfavorable management, clearly. These two have been getting played week in, week out by Triple H, Shawn Michaels, and now Teddy Long throwing Ted DiBiase straight into the mix with the championship opportunity. I think it goes without saying that this has just not exactly been the fairest of, like, months for The Miz and Morrison. I'm not normally one to defend those guys. This is absolutely nuts to even be saying, but it's incredible to me that Ted DiBiase is getting the reception he is. At one point, this guy felt like, I guess Peter Pan, for lack of a better, not Peter Pan, Robin Hood, that's the one. Peter Pan! I meant Robin Hood. Robin Hood, for lack of a better term, you know? He was taking the poor and the misused, and he was giving them hope. He was giving them something new to look forward to. DiBiase was all about helping those unfortunate. Mason Ryan, Vladimir Kozlov, Chavo Guerrero, all people that either were fired or on the verge of getting fired. And DiBiase gave them hope. He gave them something new in their careers. But he decided he didn't care anymore. It was all just about him in the end. It was about getting a championship around his waist. And because it didn't work, he has actually outrightly said in an exclusive interview that you cannot see anywhere, he has said that he entirely blames Mason Ryan and Kozlov for being the weak links in his Elimination Chamber. He said it's no surprise that he was the last man standing in his team, because the other two were such letdowns, they were never going to win him his championship. It's disgusting the things you find out about some people sometimes.
And his partners, the Game Triple H, and the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
I was about to say, the fans are a little more conflicted, as you heard, struggling to cheer for these guys after their behavior the last few weeks, but they seem to have come around. Everybody likes free glow sticks, I guess. They initially weren't reacting at all to these guys. Shawn Michaels and Triple H, D-Generation X, looking to become two-time WWE Tag Team Champions at WrestleMania inside a steel cage. This is going to be a grueling one. John Morrison says he is starting to reach his limit. He feels he's being too disrespected. I do wonder exactly where it is that John Morrison is going with that. We prepare for this handicap match 2-on-3. So Ted DiBiase and John Morrison starting things off here tonight, and these are the two that will be facing off for the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania. I don't know which match is coming first on the card, but in a way I think it'd probably be best that the tag match came second for Morrison. He's the only man at WrestleMania that will be pulling double duty, as he's got two championships to defend. Both his Intercontinental and WWE Tag Team Championships are at stake at WrestleMania. Will John Morrison be able to overcome the odds and walk out with both championships intact? Him and The Miz have held those tag team championships successfully quite some time, and The Miz is proof that you can hold both for a fairly long period of time, as he was WWE champion as well during their tag team championship reign. John Morrison probably a better example, as he has held the Intercontinental Championship throughout the entirety of their tag team title reign, and he has overcome literally all obstacles thrown his way. Got a 20-minute time limit on this handicap match. I do wonder if this one will go to a time-up, if the team of DX and Ted DiBiase will perhaps prove that the numbers game can just be too much sometimes, or if The Miz and Morrison can overcome those odds in just 20 minutes and defeat their WrestleMania opponents in a handicap match. There's two WrestleMania matches merged into one, but of course the pacing of the tag team title match at WrestleMania will be completely different to what you're seeing here tonight, as it will be taking place inside a steel cage. There will be no tagging in, no tagging out, nothing like that. It will just be four men and pure chaos inside four walls of steel. John Morrison has overcome Shawn Michaels inside a steel cage before. Miz and Morrison do have the advantage of being pretty weasel at times. They're pretty good at escaping, running away.
So much on the line in this one. Like they say, on any given night, anything can happen in the WWE.
Referee just looks dazed and confused. Let me guess, another disqualification.
The game. WWE magazine out this month, and you'll find some.
What are you doing? Stop doing that, ref, you fucking weirdo. Suplex by Triple H.
Triple H is a guaranteed Hall of Famer, but he's not thinking
I
about what he's
don't
done in
know.
the
I mean,
past.
probably.
He's only focused on the present and winning.
What the hell Morrison
And
keeps
that's what the
doing.
game does best.
I'm like keeping an eye on the ref now, because he just called for a DQ randomly in that last match. Still to come tonight, though, we got 2 more one-on-one collisions. Batista and John Cena in a what could have been scenario had Batista chosen the 2011 the WWE champion John Cena after winning the 2011 Royal Rumble, and a main event collision worthy of the main event as the Undertaker faces off against Mark Henry, a man who worked hard to keep the Undertaker down, keep him injured for weeks. WrestleMania is just around the corner, and I cannot wait to see if Cena or The Undertaker have any kind of clash or stare off, or if 2 fans run the ring and try to celebrate with John Cena like we saw with Brock Lesnar. We had to actually cut the footage there. Brock Lesnar actually, he stacked both of those 2 fans on his shoulders and he hit them with an F5. But that's not the part, see, we were allowed to show that. We're allowed to show wrestler on fan brutality. But the thing is, Brock Lesnar, he has a thing about blood, sweat, piss, and vomit. And that's why Brock Lesnar then busted both the orange-shirted fan and the orange-outfitted fan open. Just kept punching them in the faces. But it got only worse from there. After they were bloody, Brock Lesnar continued punching them until they started vomiting all over the arena. And then, to put the icing on the case, on the cake, Brock Lesnar was fined for this because he whipped his dick out and started pissing all over those 2 fans. Let's hope they never are stupid enough to run in the ring ever again. Absolutely shocking stuff. Big knee to the gut. Triple H. The Miz tries to take control of this match. So the solidarity of the Miz and Morrison isn't shaken. They have been one hell of a tag team. But obviously, when you're put up against these odds, when you're defending 2 titles at WrestleMania like John Morrison is, I could see his friendship with the Miz being at risk too. He's going to be really backed into a corner, because if Miz and Morrison aren't ready in that steel cage match, if Morrison is more focused on his Intercontinental Championship match, if his Intercontinental title match comes first, for example, he's not going to be as ready for that tag team steel cage match. And if they lose the tag team titles, the pressure is on for Morrison, because then Miz is left without a championship for the first time in gone well over half a year. And the same thing applies for the Miz as well. The pressure is on for him. If the steel cage match comes first, John Morrison's going to be worn out. Is he going to be ready to defend the Intercontinental Championship against Ted DiBiase at WrestleMania? Oh, DiBiase looking for Dream Street. Oh, okay. That was unique. I feel like a Dream Street-like $1 million leg sweep. And now he's got the $1 Million Dream, the submission hold of his father, the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase Sr. applied. But John Morrison was able to break it up, and things are now starting to break down here. I don't actually know who the legal man is right now. I think it's The Miz. I think it's supposed to be The Miz and DiBiase right now. DiBiase laying waste to his WrestleMania opponent there. Miz and Morrison are just not looking too favorable in this one. Backdrop, down goes Ted DiBiase. The Miz running away. Who can blame him? Coming in with some hard rights is John Morrison. DiBiase, though, able to turn things around. He's got Morrison by the head, but DiBiase, Morrison turns that around on DiBiase. The Intercontinental Champion wants to get that little bit of momentum in on his WrestleMania Intercontinental Championship challenger. And look at the solid teamwork of The Miz and Morrison. Truly one of my favorite tag teams of all time. Triple H just making sure the ropes work there real quick. Very essential part in wrestling. We have to occasionally pull on the ropes and make sure that they definitely are still springy. Springy. Back and forth these two go.
John Morrison is so tough and gritty, well versed in both striking and high flying. And the ref sees the tag. It's a full house here on SmackDown as we are absolutely jammed to the rafters.
Ooh, did you see the hip snap back? Hey!
And he fights out of it. He breaks the hold. You are watching Friday Night SmackDown.
So very curious to see how this match plays out. 11.5 minutes left on the time. John Morrison and The Miz not seeming too shaken. Neither are DX and DiBiase though.
Too slow.
It'd be impressive for The Miz and Morrison to even last the time limit. They don't necessarily have to win.
Powers out.
I'd be impressed just to see them be able to survive that long.
At an accelerated pace. Morrison.
Morrison. That's why Mum shop at Morrison's. Morrison. I wouldn't say Morrison sucks right now, fans. I think you're being very fickle.
Not this time.
Watch out here!
One thing we've learned about John
These
Morrison,
fans are fickle. They'll abandon you in a heartbeat.
tremendous resilience.
Shawn Michaels just laying into John Morrison.
Wrestling style of his.
We have seen nothing but cheating, dirty tactics from Michaels and Triple H on the whole road to WrestleMania. I understand, as I said many times, I understand that The Miz and Morrison have wronged them. I understand that they feel they need to get their retribution, their revenge. But I feel like it's being done now. I feel like they're just taking this a little too far. They've got their WrestleMania match. They've got that one opportunity to win the championships. I just feel like they need to dial it back a little bit. Triple H into the cover on John Morrison. Referee, of course, dazed, confused, dumbass. You know, whatever word you want to use. They all sum up our loyal referee, Chad Dickinson. Worthless, replaceable, shitty.
And he fights his way out. European uppercut.
He's stretching out that torso, checking for any bruises, and
You know they're there. You know.
Look, he's still
John
going.
Morrison able to get into the corner. Tags in The Miz. I noticed Morrison is starting to hold that chest area. Not a good sign. Favoring the fact that a part of him is feeling hurt. And Triple H, Miz, do something. That's right. Triple H going for a pedigree on Morrison, who's not even the legal man. And now instead going for the pedigree on The Miz. Shawn Michaels doing the work because he gets rid of John Morrison, and Triple H just kicked The Miz when he was down, literally. And here's the cover. Miz's shoulders on the mat, and unfortunately Morrison couldn't get there in time. The numbers game really did come into play at the end there. Triple H, Shawn Michaels, and Ted DiBiase, DX and DiBiase, are victorious. And the fans, you can tell, they just don't know how to feel.
The Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, and Ted DiBiase.
Are we looking at a set of new champions at WrestleMania? I think some of them are actually booing right now. Damn right, this was a 3-on-2 situation. You can't really cheer the guy that's the 3 normal. Uh-oh. Oh no. No, no, not before Mania, no! Not Miz! No! No!
Following contest is scheduled for one fall. Approaching the ring from West Newbury, Massachusetts, weighing 240 pounds, he is the WWE Champion, John Cena.
Well, I believe we've just lost our WrestleMania WWE Tag Team Championship Steel Cage match, as The Miz has been rushed to a medical facility and we are hearing that it is not looking good for The Miz. He may be out of action for a very long time. I hate it. I hate it so much.
From Washington, D.C., weighing 290 pounds, Batista.
Due to John Morrison having to defend the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania against Ted DiBiase, Teddy Long, the SmackDown General Manager, has stepped in and said that John Morrison must relinquish the Tag Team Championships with The Miz, as Miz is unable to compete, and he would not recommend Morrison fighting a handicap match alone inside a steel cage to defend the titles by himself, and he will not allow a stand-in partner. As of right now, the WWE Tag Team Championships are vacant just 2 days before WrestleMania. Who the hell fills the spot? DX, are they just going to be handed the tag team titles? I'm devastated. Oh, here we go. Batista, John Cena, what could have been a WrestleMania main event for the WWE Championship, playing out here tonight. Batista making a special appearance, as we saw this past Monday on Raw. He signed the dotted line and agreed to compete against Brock Lesnar for the World Heavyweight Championship. The question on everyone's mind now is Batista ready for Brock? We saw Batista go toe-to-toe and defeat Jack Swagger on Raw last week. Here tonight on the final SmackDown before WrestleMania, just 2 days before he meets Brock Lesnar, he's got to go through the WWE Champion John Cena just to try and prove himself that little bit more.
He's in a bad spot here. And he does it one more
Cena
time.
set up on the top, and Batista looking to try and lay waste to Cena quickly, and obviously that's only natural. Batista would want to do this as quickly as possible. He's got to get that momentum. He's got to remain on top. He can't afford a loss right now, but also, more importantly, Batista cannot afford to look weak. He can't afford to go too long in this matchup. The longer he goes, the more damage Cena does to him, the less prepared this man is when WrestleMania comes around. And we're seeing right now a very desperate Batista. The WWE Champion John Cena last week was once again targeted by The Undertaker, who struck him down with a steel chair, following Randy Orton going to throw the match away with a steel chair shot to the head of John Cena.
Cena.
And right now the WWE Champion is in control of the 2011 Royal Rumble winner. At WrestleMania, Batista chose not to face John Cena. He wanted Brock Lesnar. He wanted the World Heavyweight Championship, the title that has eluded him for a long time.
He's still not through. I don't think so.
Oh, clubs him down.
This is made of flesh and blood, like you or me. He can be
And again,
can be defeated.
Well, he may be made of flesh and blood, but he's completely unlike you and me, Michael.
I'm so curious to see just who goes down tonight, who takes that unfortunate loss 2 days before WrestleMania. Neither one of these can really afford to, but one of them is going to. Right now, it seems like no matter what Batista does to John Cena, the guy just keeps getting back up.
Shot to the lower back.
That time he didn't, and Batista immediately capitalized with a pinfall attempt.
Cena kicks out. Oh no!
Didn't quite connect with that, did he?
Uh-oh, Cena's got him.
Belly to belly.
That can't feel good.
The WWE Champion
Cena.
trying to get on a bit of a roll. Still to come tonight, the #1 contender for the WWE title, The Undertaker, sets foot in the ring for the first time in months here on SmackDown, as he goes one-on-one with Mark Henry in anticipation of his WrestleMania collision with John Cena for the WWE Championship. Mark Henry is the final name on his list before John Cena, and John Cena has got exactly the prize that he stole from The Undertaker back at Fatal 4-Way. I'm going to feel really silly if at Fatal 4-Way Undertaker was in that match, but I don't believe he was. I believe it was Stone Cold Steve Austin, John Cena, The Miz, and Christian.
Oh man, what impact from that suplex!
Batista.
Keep your eye on Cena.
What's Batista have to do to get back into this, King?
Cena trying to get some offense in. Batista with a big boot.
Oh man, right on the button, and Cena goes down. The flow of the match has changed again.
Batista just stomping away. Picking his spots carefully. Cena on the ropes, and oh, bicycle kick attempt there did not work. That time it did. Cena flat down on the mat.
Can he score the pin? One. And a kick out by Cena.
Not even close.
Watch it.
Why do his corner thing? Do the corner thing with the shoulders.
Yow.
What? Oh, maybe it's not a direction button for it. Third time was going to be the charm, but I guess not.
Watch out here.
There you go. There's the classic Batista move I know and remember well. Used to do that in like every match back when I first started watching. He'd always like hold his shoulder on them for really long after each one. I think he might have just been selling, I'm not too sure, but like...
Batista.
Whoa! Whoa, what? Whoa! Batista! Bomb!
Batista bomb. The animal's
And
gonna
John Cena is to his feet!
Now taking a moment to feel those ribs, and King, it appears
I have never seen someone just get up from a Batista bomb like that.
Have been targeted so many times over the course of this match. I
This guy's not human.
one or two maybe cracked right now.
Oh.
That was a heavy shot.
Batista connecting with a Batista bomb, and John Cena immediately got up to his feet. That was impressive. No doubt about it. And now he's going for a second one here, but John Cena is able to reverse it. Uh-oh. 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 Uh-oh.
John Cena going for the
Attitude adjustment on Batista. He got him.
John Cena.
Is that going to be enough to pin the 2011 Royal Rumble winner? Yes. Yes, it is. The kick out meter was really slow. Oh well, that's an acceptable outcome. Either one of those was really. Neither of them could afford the loss, but also neither of them could really be hurt from it. It was a good showing. But John Cena is victorious over Bo. Oh no, not again! John Cena grabbed by the Undertaker. Choke slammed. Center of the ring. Once again, the Undertaker makes his presence felt, and he's just standing there saying, "Get on out here, Mark. I'm ready." My God, what a way to get ready for the main event. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this before, but I fucking love WWE 12. I just thought I'd throw this in as a little bonus clip. This was me getting ready for the Mark Henry Undertaker match. Thank you, WWE 12. You are going to be so sorely missed. I can't do anything. I can't even press the home button. Nothing. It's just stuck again. This fucking game. Oh, Undertaker already in the ring. He was ready for this. What a statement.
Representing the crew, from Sylvie, Texas, weighing 418 pounds, he is the world's strongest man, Mark Henry.
What a way to make your presence felt. The Undertaker just laying waste to Cena moments after he defeated Batista, reminding him of who his WrestleMania opponent is because Batista didn't choose him. And now we have this collision here as Undertaker just pretty much threw Cena out of the ring and said, "It's my spotlight now." The Undertaker is taking no prisoners on the road to WrestleMania. This guy is on a roll just lately. And I feel bad for Mark Henry right now. I don't think he realizes what he's getting into. Yeah, you were able to continually re-injure the Undertaker, but this is a different Undertaker. This is an Undertaker who is like obsessed. He's on a mission. His goal is almost within reach. He is right there at the end of it. 2 days from now, he meets John Cena for the WWE Championship, and it will be the first World Championship opportunity the Undertaker has had since losing the world title at WrestleMania, I believe. Mark Henry is just going to become a victim tonight, I think. And I can't believe I'm saying that about the world's strongest man. But I really, really believe it. This is Undertaker's first match back on SmackDown in months. I think it's his first this year that he has competed on SmackDown. We saw what he did to Stone Cold Steve Austin in a chairs match at TLC. We know what Undertaker is like right now. And the closer and closer this thing comes to becoming a reality, the more and more destructive he's going to get.
He does it again. Not fast enough.
Oof. What do you do when you're Mark Henry and you're up against someone like The Undertaker? I'm so curious about that Tag Team Championship match at WrestleMania now. The WWE Tag Team titles must be decided at WrestleMania. Every title is on the line. DX will be facing someone, but the question is who? Undertaker watching on as Mark Henry finds his way into the ring, and Henry slowly, he was taking his time there. It's not something you'd normally see Mark Henry do, but I think there's an ounce of fear in the eyes of Mark Henry right now.
Undertaker.
What do you do in this situation? What is that camera angle? I don't think WWE have ever used that camera angle. Why does it do that?
A nice reversal by the Undertaker. Oh gosh, there's no telling how much damage that did.
Submission hold applied here on Mark Henry as he wrenches back the arm. And here comes Booker T to the rescue. I don't know how much good he's going to do. Mark Henry up. Oh! That's going to do some damage.
Oh no! Oh, did you see that knee?
Does Booker T really want to become one on the Undertaker? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Undertaker is not backing down.
Uh-oh. Oh, look at that.
He's not afraid of anybody, and he's making that clear.
Booker T turning defense into offense.
Booker T almost seems scared there, as I think he's walking away. Booker is walking away from Mark Henry right now. He's not even helping the guy.
He's setting up.
Uh-oh. Mark Henry fumbling into position, and unfortunately that's not a position you want to be in. The first tombstone piledriver we've seen on SmackDown in a very long time.
1, 2, 3.
What? I guess they call him the world's strongest. Oh! World's strongest man for a reason.
Definitely taking their toll.
I don't know if the head was intentionally focused on, but it definitely took a lot of damage.
That could be a huge mistake from Mark Henry to kick out of a tombstone piledriver.
And that series ends in deadlock.
Mark Henry, I mean, he's a guy who unfortunately will not be at WrestleMania. Just dumping him away. That's not what I want to do that. Yeah, let's do a little bit of that. Back turn to Mark Henry. Big mistake. Don't underestimate Mark. Mean Mark. He's a very mean Mark, that Mark.
A massive counter from Mark Henry.
Undertaker sends him into the corner and clubbing down on him. Big leg drop.
Leg crashing down.
And again, Undertaker signaling for the end.
Ooh, hard shot by Undertaker.
Mark Henry getting the hell out of there. He doesn't want any of it. Undertaker just standing guard right now. And he launches him over his shoulder.
Nasty landing.
Undertaker. What is this? Whoa. Mark Henry locked in a submission hold and he forced to tap out real fast.
Undertaker wins.
And Undertaker has made his presence felt just 2 days before he meets John Cena for the WWE Championship. That is a man who is ready to reap the reward, to cross off the last guy on his list. I wish John Cena the best of luck. You may have defeated Batista tonight, but I think you got the worst end of the stick for who you're going to face at WrestleMania instead. This guy is possessed. WrestleMania is just a few days away, and I can't wait to see what happens when The Undertaker meets John Cena for the WWE Championship and much more. Make sure to tune in for WrestleMania 2 coming your way in just 2 days' time.